your peace of mind, Insurate Group of Companies insure it. Commercial insurance, business insurance, professional insurance, home and auto insurance. आपकी ज़रूरत की हर इंश्योरेंस का ख्याल ट्रक ते डिलीवरी वैन दी इंश्योरेंस भी करने हाँ तुहाडी जुबान बोलन वाले अरशद महमूद 647-686-6465 Branch Manager, Insurate Group of Companies with an experience of over 40 years. Call Arshad Mahmood at 647-686-6465. 647-686-6465.
Hi viewers, welcome to another episode of Tag Time. Today I am going to tag you two very dynamic and very active personalities of Southeast Asian community. They are Tushar Unadkat and Mr. Naval Bajaj. Mr. Tushar is founder, executive director and CEO of Nova Idea, creative director of Mukta Advertising, the overseas media partner for Vadodara International Half Marathon. Mr. Naval is past president of Indo-Canada Chamber of Commerce, former treasurer for Panorama India, and he ran for Brampton East. Welcome to my show. I would like to know what is your new project you're working towards.
Before we go ahead, I would like to thank you for inviting us on Tag Time, and Tag TV has great followership. We are very privileged to be here today. So talking about the event, would you like to hear about the event first?
I would like to know how you ended up to this latest project by
yes.
going ahead into the community.
That's a very good question. I was born and raised in Gujarat. So my hometown is Vadodara, where this marathon is happening. And I have great affection and passion for my city and all the people who are making this effort for the international marathon. It is in its 5th edition. Now, growing up in Vadodara, I've seen it. It has a lot of heritage, a lot of arts, culture. It's a small city, but it is always recognized as a very cosmopolitan city because of the fact we have the royal family, the Gaikwads, existing in the city, who has always encouraged arts, multiculturalism. So despite the smaller than the other metropolitan city, Vadodara has always been on the artistic map, cultural map. And now with this effort of the international marathon, it is enhancing those efforts. And being a Barodian, I got a phone call about a few months ago from the team saying that we want you to be on board, no questions asked. And I said, of course, because I know all these people from my childhood. And listening to the mission statement and the vision behind it, there was no doubt that I would step back anytime. And we took up this challenge of promoting it to the NRGs in a more funny way. It has been quoted, which is non-resident Gujaratis who have tremendous passion, just like us, for, as they say, you can bring a boy out of a town, but you can't bring the town out of the boy. That's where we stand. And
very well
that
said.
is how it first started, the relationship with VIHM 2016.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you for that, and very well said, by the way, that the things which we bring with us cannot go out of us. So we can move on, evolve, go different ways, but finally we decide to work around those things. So I will come to you, Mr. Bajaji. Would you like to express that what are you contributing to this big international event, and how do you feel the importance of being with that?
See, first of all, thanks for inviting me on the Tag TV, and thanks for asking that great question. And Tushar well said that you can bring the boy of the town, but not the town out of the boy. And that's where the whole thing starts. See, when I speak about like Tushar, same with me, my background, I'm born and brought up in Gujarat. I was born in Ahmedabad, and then my earlier days of my life was in Ahmedabad, which was mostly my schooling was there, and then I moved to Baroda when I got my admission in the engineering, and I did my Master of Engineering, Management, Law, everything from Baroda. So my life my real life started in Baroda. And once you live in the city like Baroda, if today also when I'm asked the question that if you are moved away from GTA, where you would like to live, and I will say the city where I would like to live is in Baroda. Baroda is a cosmopolitan city. As Tushar already mentioned, it has a very rich heritage, and when we speak about heritage, culture comes in along with the heritage. And I had it's one is my my youth whole life went out there, my teen life went out there, and you'll that's a place where you would like to be there. And when we see about when we hear about this marathon, see, this marathon is done with a cause, with a purpose, which is on the, I will use the word 4 pillars, and the 4 pillars which are being there to send the message to the Barodians, to people from Gujarat and all over India, is Swachh Bharat, which the mission which is the Honorable Prime Minister of India started. That's the same thing they are relating it to Swachh Vadodara. Second thing is empowering women. The next one is the development, which is related to here IT development in the city, and the last one is the safety. And here the specific purpose is taken as is the traffic, because Baroda is a growing city, traffic is becoming a challenge. So these are the 4 pillars which are the main key things which the message wants to be sent to all the Barodians, to the people of Gujarat and people of India, that with the development happening in Vadodara, it's very important that we make sure that the city is clean, so that a message is going to each and every citizen of Baroda, everybody who is living in Baroda. It's very important that the women empowerment in this part of the this part of life is very important, that we empower the women, and that's along with the IT development, and which also our youth, we need to focus on our youth. And the last one is the safety, which is key to us, to all of us. So when I saw that, and I said that's a great cause, and we need to make sure that we take this message to the NRGs, the people who have moved out of Gujarat, the people who have moved after Baroda, the people who have moved out of India, and how we can promote out here. We can work with people who are visiting from here to India during this time. Some of the people especially will go for this event. At the same time, we have a lot of friends and families and relatives who still live out in Baroda, still live in Ahmedabad or other parts of Gujarat. How we can motivate them, how we can encourage them to be part of this great event, and part of sending the message to the overall community at large.
I would like to add something here. Although it's symbolically talking about what Baroda would like to do, it is a message for every city in Baroda. It's about a symbolic representation of women empowerment, cleanliness, education, safety, and it plays a role model. It is encouraging the residents of other states. It's also encouraging the residents, Indian residents who are living abroad, to be a part of this movement, because the focus is on not just empowering women. Of course, that is very important in our community, but the whole concept is to empower the city, empower the nation, and empower the community at large.
Tushar, I feel like the world we are living in, it's very connected. It's international world, global village where we are living. And India is, because of its diverse backgrounds and diverse culture heritage, is a beautiful country. And people are looking forward so many things into it. We are going backward in history if we see. I would like to add to that. So since we are talking about its international standing as a festival of international standing, so I would like to know a little bit about the committee, the organizers, the people who are making this so huge international festival happening in India. So I would like you to introduce to our viewers about a little bit of their work, how they are and who they are.
Right. So first of all, that's a very good question, and the clarification on the half marathon, because when I speak with some of my friends here, they say, what do you mean by half marathon? And I said exactly what it says, because a complete marathon is 42 point odd kilometers, and it's usually taken place on the road. It is engaging in the city. So this is half because it's going to be 21.1 kilometers run on the road. So the primary focus of the community was fitness, that let's get out on the road, let's get fit, because as they say, healthy mind lives in a healthy body, and it's so important to focus on your own fitness. Within when that was started, the mission of fitness and getting people out on the road, that is when all these other social and civic responsibilities sprouted, and they said, why don't we collaborate this tremendous energy and participation towards even finer goals for the city? And that's how it came into place. Ms. Tejal Amin, who is the chairperson of Vadodara International Half Marathon, has a wonderful message for our viewers, and perhaps we should see that now.
Viewers, let's see her message, what she has to say about that.
Greetings from Vadodara International Half Marathon from Gujarat and from India. Vadodara International Half Marathon, scheduled on 7th February 2016, invites everyone from all over the world, all of you Barodians who have touched or lived in Baroda at some point in your life. Please come and join us and experience your city again. My city, my marathon. Run for your fitness, for raising the bar, and for making our city a better and better place for each one of us.
As we were talking about the marathon and its executive body and Ms. Amin also, so I was looking at it and I realized that Mr. Narendra Modi, who's our dear Prime Minister of India, he did the flag ceremony for previous 4 marathons. So are we going to expect the same, because he was a CM at that time. So should we expect him to come as Prime Minister to go to that that kind of support again, or are we going to have any change in that?
Mr. Narendra Modi has an open invitation, because Gujarat is the state where he hails from. It is his vision for Swachh Bharat that we are continuing for the state, and I'm sure he's very much supportive in spirit, but with his busy schedules, he may not be present in person. But the good news is that the current Chief Minister of Gujarat, Srimati Anandiben Patel, will be flagging the event this year.
Yes.
On the same note, you never know about our, the Prime Minister. In one day he goes to like 4 countries. We recently know about his visit, the last visit he had with Russia, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, and then finally to India. So you never know, he might be there.
You know what I say about Mr. Modi is this, that he has very positive and very active energy within him. So it's just that when he focuses himself to do something, it has to happen. So let's see, let's be positive about it, and let's have high hopes that he will appear and give us all a surprise. So when we talk about the marathons and when we talk about anything happening so big at a very big, larger scale, we cannot forget about how is it commercial, or it is like, how would you like to express about it, that is there any entry fee, tickets, or how, what is it?
That's again a very valid question. People need to be aware of whether it's a commercial event. It has a commercial treatment, but of course it's a non-for-profit business registered under the Section 25 Act. And tickets is basically registration fees. And in Canadian dollars, I would say for the half marathon, which is 21.1 kilometers, it's approximately $21. Then we have different other categories, and you can participate for $16, $10, which of course it's in rupees. People can go register themselves on either visit vadodaramarathon.com, or you can go to Book My Show under the sporting events. When you search for Vadodara International Half Marathon, you will have options to make a payment in different currencies. And beyond that, it has in the past drawn 43,000 participants. And we are very optimistic that's going to raise even higher this year. And that is the number of attendants, but the whole city, the whole state has been vibrating the energy about this marathon, hence the international element to it.
As far as I could understand, this event is doing so many charitable things and so many social activities in the society positively to enrich and betterify this social system. So are you going to give away some money or some kind of things or some kind of contribution towards the society to improve, or give them, like, I would say, prizes or something like that?
There are. We were talking about it the other day, that currently the population of Vadodara is about 2.4 million. Is that right, Naval?
Close to, yes.
It's close to 2.4 million. And coincidentally, the prizes announced are of that amount, 2.4 million rupees. So it is a rupee for every person in the city. And that is going to be well distributed. And talking about charity causes or social causes, one of the strong elements that comes out about this marathon is that they have a specific category for differently abled participants. And the government has called that category as the Divyang category. That means people who has different abilities. And that is to encourage each and every citizen of the state to come out, regardless of any bar or restrictions, just be part of the spirit of the city.
So when I was looking at the event, it had very different nature and it evolved towards the sports. So is there any particular reason behind that, or how would you express about that?
Sorry.
The previous 4 events were entirely different nature than the event we are having now, because the focus is sports. So was there any particular reason behind that? That how did you focus on sports regardless of the culture, like the previous activities we were doing in the
It has been a marathon from year one. That has been sports has been the primary focus. And what it is doing now is engaging social causes, because the city needs to be strengthened in many aspects. So yes, physical fitness is important, and the marathon remains the primary tool to engage everybody, to bring them together on the same day, run in the city and bring the vibrancy. But while you are generating so much energy, how do you take advantage of that energy towards the civic responsibilities of the city? And that is how the two collaborated.
Because we, as I was reading in there and I was looking at it and I was finding out it was more culture based, like activities, entertainment and all that. So now it is not that much of entertainment and that much of which we called as masala, it's more of a focused.
I just got your point. What you are trying to kind of elaborate is the events that sum up towards the marathon. In the past, what we have done, we've done, for example, the Maharaja late Ranjit Singh Gaikwad had organized the Sangeet Sabha pre-event. These are all pre-event lineup. It's just to basically excite the social community to be part of it and celebrate it. Then we had the longest running painting done by the children, which is in the Guinness Book of World Record. We had the laser light show. So every year we include something fun about it. So it's not just like at the moment we are doing the run-up events, including Zumba dances and fitness classes in different malls and different parts of the city, so that people are more engaged through different medium. It is trying to understand the interest, because a lot of these different efforts are towards engaging different interests of the people.
So Bajaj, I would like to know that how do you think you can be a part of this, very active part of this while living in Canada?
See, one thing is that I wish I was going to be there. I'm sure this year might be a little bit short notice, but next year, the coming year, we'll be planning in advance. Still, I was speaking yesterday also to my wife, and I was saying, I should change my plan and I should go there, but I have an important meeting come in the same week in outside of Canada, and I can't be there. So I love to be there, but I can't be. But one of the things which we are trying to do is, I'm trying to work on the same. Tushar is putting his heart and soul into it. Is how can we engage people who live in North America, people who live throughout as you mentioned, the global village. How we can take the message of this marathon to people who have moved out of Baroda, people who have moved out of Gujarat. How we can connect them back to the marathon, and they, many of them visit in January, February to India. They can be part of that, or at least in the coming years, they will. The way I am planning, they will plan accordingly. So we are not only pitching for this year, but we are also at the same time pitching for the coming years. And also we have many friends, families, relatives who live throughout India, in Gujarat, especially in Baroda. We are trying to connect with them also. We are working on that. How can we also gift few of them, as he mentioned, some of the registration fees, how we can register for them and they run on our behalf. We are not going to be there. So they run on our behalf at least this year. So it's going to be sending the message that we, the global village, the people who have moved out of Baroda, still stand with Baroda. They have their passion and their love for Baroda, and they will do anything for Baroda.
Any message you want to
I
do?
would add to this that 3 categories here. One is that the message here is for the non-resident Indians, that this is not necessarily that you go and participate. If you can't do it this year, you can register your family and friends who are in India, encourage them to be a part of such a huge celebration, which is physical fitness and the primary initiatives about women empowerment, education, safety, all of that. But beyond that, I think for even non-South Asians, I know a lot of my friends downtown who always talk about that we want to travel to India. This is the perfect reason and timing to be in India, because you will not only see India in its own heritage way, but you will get to be part of this vibrant event and see how it is being celebrated. And beyond that, Valentine's is coming on 14th. So it could be a pre-Valentine's gift for your family. You love your family, and this is what you want to give them. It's physical fitness.
And to add to it, you will love Baroda. Baroda is a city where you step into Baroda, you will fall into the love with Baroda.
With these beautiful words, I thank you both for joining me today in my program. Viewers, we are living in a global world where we have to take actions towards certain things. No matter where we live, we are together and we are apart simultaneously. India is a very diverse country. The thing which this marathon teaches us, which is very predominant, and Mr. Modi has taken that step as a Prime Minister, which I really like, that we want to see a clean India. And when we talk about women empowerment, yes, history has shown that women still need a lot of work to be done to be an individually accepted person in the society. Along with that, physical fitness is a very, very big issue right now in this global world where we are living in. Healthy minds and healthy bodies produce healthy citizens, and healthy citizens produce a better society, a better living system. With these words, I would like you guys to go watch and see how you can positively be an active person, an active part of this marathon. Thank you for watching me.
#1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.